Hello everyone, hope all of you are fine and safe. Today we are going to start our next one topic. It is relationship between cell structure and cell function. Let me tell you one thing, that cell is a functional unit of a life of all the organisms like animals, plants. All of these organisms are made up of single cells. Let's move towards the cell structure and what is the relation between structure and. Here we have DNA. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid and it is a genetic material, as you know. So what is a genetic material and what is the basic function of a DNA? DNA is responsible for the transfer the information from one generation to the other generation. How it's possible for DNA to transfer all the information from one generation to another generation? You can see the structure of a DNA. This is just like a long ropes. You can see a double helix structure. DNA just based upon adenine, guanine, thymine and cytosine. These are the four basic units of the DNA. With the help of these four units, DNA works. Okay, here we have the protein synthesis. According to you, how the proteins are formed for the, you know that proteins are essential for the energy. So how, when the cell is dividing into different parts, means the parent cell is dividing and forming another cell for the baby. So protein is very important for this division, means in the mitosis process. So those cells which are involved in protein synthesis have more ribosomes. Okay, so let's move to it is cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? It's a gel-like matrix. Okay, in this matrix, substance move through the cytoplasm by diffusion. From the area where is the concentration level is very high, all the substance move towards the lower concentration area. So what is the production and secretion? The cells who are involved in the production synthesis, protein synthesis, and they have endoplasmic reticulum, means they have ER, and also the Golgi bodies. So what is a ribosome and what is the function of a ribosomes, and what is the structure of a ribosome? Structure of a ribosome is just in front of you. They have amino acid and RNA, and there are different A, C, G, U, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. These are the symbol of the adenine, guanine, thymine and cytosine. These structures which are not have their own membrane and thus not considered as a true organelles are the sites of protein synthesis, and the cell made of protein subunit. Okay, so what are the subunits? They have different situations. Subunits means the smaller units of any larger unit. So when all the units are combined together, the things are divided into small pieces. It's called the subunit. Okay, and you know that the mRNA, which carries DNA, all the instructions from the nucleus and amino acid, the building blocks of the protein. Yes, we are on chloroplast. What is chloroplast? There is chloroplast in the green leaves of a plant, due to which the green cells take part in a photosynthesis. Let me explain you one thing, that the plants are the producers. Why they are producers? Because they can produce their own food for their own self, just with the process of photosynthesis. I'm not a producer, you are not a producer. Why? Because we can't produce food for our own self. because we don't have chloroplast in our body. Okay, what is the photosynthesis process? In the photosynthesis process, the plants are just using the sunlight and the nutrients from the mineral, and just because of these two things they are able to make their own food. If you are thinking that you are able, and why not you are able for making your own food, because you don't have chloroplast in your body. If you have a chloroplast in your body, so you will be green in a color. Your skin color will be green. Just remember one. Here we have cell membrane, and cell membrane is also called a plasma membrane. You can see the different structures of a cell membrane, and let's move towards the function, explanation of the function and structure of a cell membrane. You know that eukaryotic cells actually have plasma membrane, and they're organelles. So if you are talking about the cell membrane that in the plant, or you are talking about the different kinds of things of this organelle, so you can see that cell membrane or plasma membrane is a thin and elastic membrane. Just remember one thing, it is elastic membrane. It is present around the cytoplasm of a prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. In animal cells, it is around most boundary. In prokaryotic cell, fungi and plants, it is present under the cell wall. Okay, because of this structure, the things will move outside and inside the cell. Let's move towards the red blood cells. What is the structure of the red blood cells? They are large surface area, contains hemoglobin, which pick oxygen for ourselves. Okay, so and they have no nucleus. What is the function? Carries oxygen from the lungs to the body and carbon dioxide from the body back to the lungs. It's the function of a red blood cells. Just remember one thing, I'm just talking about the red blood cells. I'm not talking about the white BCs. I'm not talking about the platelets. I'm just talking about the red blood cells. So why they have red color? Because of oxygen. It's too much interesting that when they carry the oxygen, then the red pigments move all around all the body, inside all the body, and they carry the oxygen and give the oxygen to all the human body. So what is xylem? You are aware about that xylem is tube-like structures, and it is not present in a human body, you know, na? So xylem cells have tube-like structures, so they take water and minerals from the soil and transport them to the whole plant. It means they are in the roots or in the stem of the plants. So they just take all the water, liquid substances. Remember one thing, they will take all the liquid substances and just transfer all these things to the plant. Okay, let's move towards the root hairs. You know that root hair have a very important role because they just absorb all the things, all the nutrients from the soil. Because of these nutrients, the plant will be able to produce their own food. Okay, in this first one picture you can see the root tap, after that root cap and root hairs, and after that phloem and xylem. Let me explain you one thing. Phloem is just work like a xylem because it's take food and transfer all the food in the plant.